Hi guys! So, as you may have guessed from the title of this video, I'm gonna talk about my psycho neighbors. So, I've been living in this house for 7 years now maybe, and for the last couple of years we have had a neighbor and he isn't 100% up there. He always yells at his girlfriend, like he goes to stand outside the apartment and he will just yell at her like, "You whore, you slut, and I will kill you," and whatever all that shit is. And we got used to that. He always got in his car and drove out of the street really, really fast. He almost hit a couple of people. So we didn't feel safe about him. And now, yesterday night, I went to go to bed. It was like 10 o'clock, and normally I just go to bed, grab my phone, just go on Instagram, check some social media, because I never can actually directly sleep. So suddenly I heard some yelling, and I was like, oh, must be the neighbor again, like, he always yells. But then I heard banging, like really, really loud banging, and I was like, what is that? So I scooted closer to my window so I can hear it better, and I could just push away the curtains so I could like creep. I didn't really see much and he just kept yelling. So I went to the living room where my mom still was, and I just went like, "Hey mom, how you doing?" And she was already like recording all the sounds like she always does. We have proof of him yelling, him driving his car really fast, and we went to creep through the window and he kept yelling and yelling like he always does. So we were like, well, maybe he calmed down a bit, but he didn't. He kept screaming, but he also started destroying stuff. He destroyed pieces of wood, I don't know. And suddenly we heard a bike getting slammed and whatever. So we were like, this is going really, really far. And then we closed the curtains again because he looked our way, and because we had the lights on inside our house and it was dark outside. You can easily see it when somebody opens the curtains, even if it's like this much. And suddenly we heard this really, really loud bang, and I think he threw the bike against their car. I have no idea what that was, but it was so loud. And then I just looked at my mom, I was like, do we need to call the police now? And as soon as I said that, the police came into our street like pretty fast. They had 2 police cars and a van with a dog. Well, the van was gone pretty quickly because they didn't need that, but there were like 6 police officers, and they went inside with the neighbor. They talked with him, and we could just like sneak around a bit. And my mom emailed our upstairs neighbors like, did you call the police? He was like, no, I wasn't home at 10 o'clock. And we were like, dude, there are like 6 cops outside, 2 police cars, and you don't notice this? It's like, oh, I'm watching soccer. I didn't hear anything. We're like, how do you not hear this? So then I saw 2 police officers and the guy in the middle get into the police car and drive away. So they probably arrested him for domestic violence, as we had expected. And then the other car drove away a little bit later. So that's one of my psycho neighbors. I really hope he doesn't come back soon, because he also came at our door yelling and screaming before, and like, did you stab my tires, my car tires, did you do that? And we're here like, why us? What did we do to you? So we don't really feel safe with this guy, but sometimes he can be really, really nice, and he can just like talk about really fun things, but I don't know. It's just some things that trigger his weird behavior, I think. But I said to my mom that if the guy comes back, I would be okay with his girlfriend staying here, because she's just not safe there. Like, I don't trust that guy. and I don't trust him with her. Like, she's a really nice girl. Like, I talk to her when she's walking her dog and stuff like that, and she's just this really, really nice person. So I have no idea what can bring him this far to hit her and destroy her bike and whatever he's done before. So my second creepy neighbor was before I was born. I have an older brother, 22. He lives on his own right now. He's getting married soon. My mom used to live in this apartment where you had a house here, a house here, a house here, and a house here. And my mom lived here. Here were neighbors. Here was a neighbor she was friends with, and here was a psychotic neighbor. This neighbor used to live on boats, and she saw her kid drown. That must have triggered something in her that was not good. So when she lived upstairs, she used to come downstairs and just stand at the window like this close, and she would just look inside at my brother because she always tried to steal my brother, and that's so creepy. She also used to throw stuff downstairs so nobody could pass. Like, she actually threw down a whole home trainer, like this bike thing. She threw it down, and like the other neighbor, like the neighbor here, was so scared of the psychotic neighbor. And I really do understand that. One time, this woman, the psycho neighbor, just disappeared for a while. So my mom called the police, like, she's gone, what do we do now? Like, do you know where she went? Did you pick her up? And they were like, well, we don't know where she went, but if she comes back, you call us, we'll pick her up, and we'll send her to a mental hospital. When she came back, my mom called, like, she's back, what do I do now? And they were like, oh yeah, we see, yeah, we'll come by tomorrow. And my mom was like, hell no. She passed the phone to her best friend, she grabbed a knife. So I'm editing my video and I just realized that my iPad cut off filming while mid-story. So I'm just gonna tell you what happened next. My mom went upstairs with a knife and just banged the door, like, and screamed, like, if you come out, I will murder you. Her friend was behind her holding the phone, and she was like, just pick her up because we're not safe. Like, my friend is now banging her door, telling her that if she comes out, my mom will kill her. The police finally came to pick her up, and she's gone now. I think she's in a mental hospital, I'm not sure. I think me and my mom and my family attract people like this. We've had some weird ass neighbors. I have witnessed fights and I have called the police several times for stuff. I think I just attract this. I'll have to live with it. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of this. I'll put my social media in the description below if you want to follow me. And I'll see you in the next video.